What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Backroad Driver channel.
We're the Miser Brothers, and today Sam is going to give us his 5,000 mile update on his 2021 Ford F-150.
This video is a follow-up to my 1-month review video we did a while back, and this is going to answer some of the questions you guys have down in the comments. First off, guys, I wanted to mention that we are obviously Ford guys. Me and Brad eat, sleep, and breathe Ford vehicles and Ford products. And a couple of our videos, mainly the cylinder deactivation, it may come across that we have a lot of issues with our vehicles and that sort of thing. Guys, that's not the case. For the most part, these vehicles that we have run great. We put oil in them, we change the oil, we run them up and down the roads, and we have no issues whatsoever. I just want to get that out of the way. On our videos, we're going to tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly. We're going to give you our experiences with the products. We're never going to just be homers and hide things from you guys, but we're not going to be super negative either, and we're going to be realistic. This is a Ford, this isn't a Ferrari, and some of you guys expect that. So let's keep it real, guys. All right, I wanted to go over something. I've mentioned it in another video. It is called Forscan, F-O-R-S-C-A-N. What that does is you have this interface. You can buy these on Amazon. We'll put a link in the description on where to get one of these. But what Forscan allows you to do is to change some of the computer code on your truck to give you features that you have but they're not turned on, or to change some of the features. I'm going to give you 2 examples of how I've customized my truck with Forscan. So the first thing I've done with Forscan is I have updated my gauges, so now I can see my coolant temperature and my transmission temperature in degrees on the dash, instead of just having a gauge and it being arbitrary, like what is that hot or is it not, you know, what is the actual temperature. So you can actually while you're towing or whatever, know exactly what your engine temp and trans temp is. The second thing I've done with Forscan is I know this gets into y'all's skin, is when you start your vehicle, you hop out with your key in your pocket, get around there and you shut the door, and then your horn honks really loud twice, and you're just like, ah. Well, my truck doesn't do that anymore because I turned it off in Forscan. If you guys want to see a more in-depth video on Forscan, comment below. Forscan, F-O-R-S-C-A-N, and I'll make a video showing you a lot of things you can do with your truck, and you can even do this on previous gens as well.
Hey guys, real quick, if you've come here in the last few videos and subscribed to our channel and this F-150 of Sam's has brought you here, you need to know we have a 96 OBS Bronco build underway. We've got a 2020 GT500 and a 2020 GT350, and then my personal truck is a 2018 Supercharged F-150. Our 2 first edition Broncos should arrive, depending on semiconductors, sometime soon. Here's what I need you to do. Go down to the comments and type I subscribed after you hit the subscribe button. It lets us know you're here. We can't personally respond to every single one of those anymore because it's getting kind of crazy. When we're making this video, we've got about 8,500 subscribers, so it's getting kind of nuts, and we're getting hundreds of comments on every video now. But we read every single comment, and we really appreciate you guys subscribing.
Real quick, guys, I know in the comments several of y'all have said, hey, have you found any paint defects? You found anything really wrong with your truck? I did, and I found it while it was still in the showroom. Really nothing you can do about it at that point, but there is a small defect. It's right here on the hood. It's just about 4 pieces of trash underneath the clear coat that got stuck on the truck, but not a real big deal to me. This is a Ford, this isn't a Ferrari, and I'm not looking for a concourse winning paint job. I want it to look good and hold up over time. This truck obviously checks all those boxes and a whole lot more. Love this paint job, love this color space white. This particular defect is barely noticeable. You have to really get up close and stare at my hood to find it. Whether you just bought a Dodge, a Chevy, or a Ford, you're probably gonna have a paint defect, so get over it. You guys remember I did have a problem with my fog light from the factory. It had some water in there. It was fixed under warranty just yesterday as this is being filmed. It may look like it's flickering in this video because it's LED, but it's not anymore. Before it was really bad. It was very dangerous to drive down the road, kind of scary. It was flickering really bad, but now we got her fixed. The guys at Ted Russell Ford took care of me and fixed this under warranty with no issues. I hope none of you other guys have this problem.
If you're new to our channel, you don't know how we get down with these burnouts. If you've been here a while, you haven't seen us get rowdy in a while. So in this video, I've talked Sam into doing a nasty burnout. I'm not gonna tell you when, because you gotta watch the whole thing, but that is coming up.
The B&O Unleashed sound system is awesome in this truck. Some of you guys are always gonna want a little bit more bass than what comes with that though. I told you guys I was going to put a sub in. So here's the sub I installed, guys. It's by DD Audio. Anything that'll fit back here will work, obviously. I've got this in here instead of under the seat because I can pull these two wires out and I can take this whole thing out if I need to travel with more people in the back. So this is completely optional at this point. All I have to do is undo these two wires. I didn't build a custom box or anything like that because I do have the lockable storage option, which kind of screws that up for me. A lot of you guys want to know how this was going to wire up into the Unleashed system. I'm going to show you. So my particular setup, I have an LC2I that's going to pull the signal from the subwoofer that come with the Unleashed system, and all we did was tap into the two wires on that and set up this LC2I. And here is my DD Audio amp. This setup is a 500 watts going to the sub at 1 ohm. With the LC2I from Audio Control, I was able to work on that bass attenuation. When you crank it up pretty loud, this system does pull that bass level down to keep the distortion down on the factory system. So when you add an amp and sub, you're going to want to have something like an LC2I. The bass is going to fall off quite a bit if you don't have that have it set up properly. So make sure that you have a professional do it. Let's check the oil on this thing. Swap it off.
Is it clean?
Looks good and clean.
5,000 miles in.
Yep, we're about 5,050 miles. So I've got 25 or 30% left on the oil check thing. I'll probably go ahead and have it changed here pretty soon. You'll see it at the same time I see it. So we're up here a little over half still. So I would say we're fine. It's time to get an oil change here pretty quick, and this is the first one, but I don't think it's burned any oil since the last time we checked. Everything seems to be fine, and I have towed a couple times. So yeah, that's where we're at on the oil. I don't think it's really consuming any oil or anything. You know, last time I was about a half, and 2,500 miles later I'm at about a half on the stick as well, so we're in good shape. So next up is cylinder deactivation, and I know we talked about this in a previous video where I showed you how to unplug this little cable right here. We've had some conflicting reports on what this actually does. It does turn off the auto start switch for sure. Some of you guys have said that it worked for you and that killed the cylinder deactivation, and some of you guys have said no, it doesn't. I'm in the camp that it works sometimes with my aftermarket exhaust, and I know another guy said he was almost straight piped on a new truck. Shout out to that guy, man. He's like, you know, he's going for it. I can tell that it does kick in every once in a while, even though this is unplugged. So I don't think this is a fix-all. I think we're gonna have to wait for some type of Forscan code that can fix that, and if that doesn't happen, there may be something on the OBD2 port that you can plug in to get rid of that. And there's always tuning, which we'll talk about here in a minute. We're always going to be honest with you guys. This didn't do exactly what we said it would do, and I apologize for that, but I just wanted to update you and let you know where we're at with cylinder deactivation at this point.
Okay, real quick, a lot of you guys have questions about different mods that you see on Sam's truck. Most of the time it's the wheels and tires that catch your eye, and he does have the Falcon 2-inch leveling kit or whatever. If you want to know anything about this truck, check the playlist out. I'm going to put it in a link in the description below, and after this video you can go check that playlist out. Every single thing Sam's done has a video, so all of your questions can be answered in depth in about a 10-minute video on every single mod. So if you just came to our channel, it's all here. We show you how much he pays for everything we do on every vehicle we have.
Let's talk about tuning of the 2021 F-150, guys. I know a lot of you guys in the comments have said, why don't you just get a tune? Why don't you add some more power? Why don't you throw a supercharger on? Why don't you do this? Well, I have every intention of adding some type of power adder to this truck, but right now you can't tune these vehicles. The ECU has some really heavy-duty encryption, which is a first for Ford. Word on the street is the Broncos is going to have that same system. It's got the same interior screen and everything, so it's going to be on that same platform. We will let you know as soon as somebody cracks the system and allows tuning for these vehicles. So until then, we're stuck with what we got. Two more real quick updates, and then I'm going to give you that burnout as I promised. There was a question about 3 weeks ago on a different video by Michael Ward. He's got the 6112 Bilstein set up, and he says over railroad tracks and that sort of thing, 30 miles an hour, whatever, on rough terrain, he still has his back end kicking out a lot. He's got a 2016 Lariat with the FX4 package, and he was looking to find something that is a little bit more stable and everything. He was asking me about the Falcon shock setup. I've got a whole video about these on the install and everything in the playlist. So Michael, I'll have to say, I've driven these pretty hard over a lot of bumps. I actually went through the median to get here today on time. So I did use them. I don't have any problems with the rear end stepping out or anything. This thing feels really stable. That being said, you've got a 2016 truck, and so that's a different generation of Ford F-150. I'm not going to tell you to run out and buy them. From my experience, these have been great, and I don't have those issues. Some of you guys have also asked me on these Falcon shocks, hey, these aren't for the 21 and up. Falcon says they're coming out with some new ones, that sort of thing. That is true. I mentioned when I put these on that Falcon was going to come out with a new kit, and I was putting these on anyway, and I was going to show you that they fit, and they do work, and I'm extremely happy with them. Any other questions down in the comments about the Falcon shocks, let me know. Anything else you want to know about them. All right, in the previous video, on the camper towing video we did, I talked about a backup camera, and a bunch of you guys have put in the comments, show me the camera. Thanks, guys. I've done a whole lot of research on the subject. So there is a camera that you can buy from Ford, and it goes on the back of your trailer, whether it be an RV or utility trailer or whatever, and it is a wired connection, and it does hook up to the Ford 12-inch screen in the front. But here's some details that we didn't know about yet. It is not ready to hook up with the 21 F-150 yet. It will hook onto the Super Duties from the couple past years, but nobody has hooked it up to this truck yet. Through my research, I found that the kit is about $911. It does come with a camera. It also comes with the Pro Trailer Backup Assist sensors and stuff. That's what's in that bag that I was holding the other day, guys. And it also comes with a TPMS monitoring system for your trailers. So if you don't want to spend $900 and something, if you got the Max Trailer Tow Package, you already have the Pro Trailer Backup Assist kit that I was showing the other day. So you've got $200 or $300 worth of product there that's overlapping when you buy that kit. Second problem I found with this is it doesn't work while you're driving down the highway, guys. So it will show up on your pretty new screen in here, but it's only going to work when you're hooked up to a trailer and you're in reverse. So that's a lot of money to only be able to use it as a backup camera. There are a lot of options out there for $500-600 installed from other manufacturers that's a wireless setup, and you're able to use that camera while you're driving down the road so you can change lanes safely and as a backup camera. That sort of setup is going to have a separate screen instead of hooking up to the 12-inch screen in the F-150. So there is a little trade-off there. But most of those systems, since it's wireless, if you're not using it, you're not out camping, you can take that off your dash, stow it away, and you don't have to worry about it all the time. So what I want you to do is comment down below, guys, which type of camera setup would you rather see? Do you want to see the Ford system that you can only use while you're backing up, or would you like to see an aftermarket setup on the camper that's more useful and it's a whole lot cheaper? I'm going to put a camera system on my camper setup. I'm just not sure which one I'm going to go with yet. All right, everybody, I need some ideas. Tell us what you want to see with the 21 F-150. Give us some ideas. Let us know down in the comments. And now it's time for that burnout.
Oh, we got one wheel pill. Guys, one wheel pill on the F-150 is because they don't come with a limited slip differential. My 2018's got it. If you want to see a ridiculous burnout video, check it out right here, right now.